right? So I'm gonna just start working. Since I got a good lead in this chorus, I'm gonna just pull up one of my favorite instruments is Omnisphere. So if you have this is a great investment to your arsenal, because it's gonna pretty much have everything you're gonna want to look for in your sound bank. So if you don't have the budget to go buy a Nord or Montage or anything like that, the next best thing is to get Omnisphere, like, because you're gonna be loaded. Trust me when I say I'm not gonna go through all these sounds, but for right now, I'm gonna find something that works for me through this chorus. So I'm gonna just listen, and I'm listening for sonically what fits the record, like what instrument fits the record, not my favorite instrument. I think we all have a bad habit of just picking our favorite instrument, and make that a no-no. Make that something that you don't have is templates. Don't use templates. Start from, your gut, and just find some stuff that feels great to the record, okay? Templates are no-no. We'll get stuck and we'll get exhausted. Sounds get exhausted that way, okay? Here we go. Yeah, you set my heart on fire. You are my one desire. With you, I'm captivated. Turn that down a little bit, sorry. Turn down a little bit more. That feels good. Let me play it in context. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my left hand out of there. So I was playing low octaves, so I'm gonna just play. And a lot of these aux stuff, you don't have to play the full chord. You can let the piano take the full frequency of the chord. These aux stuff, you can just play thirds. You can play fifths sometimes. That's just to fill it up. It's not to make. You have to use find which you want to be your main instrument. So for me, the piano, keys, bass is gonna be the main stuff. Okay, so this aux stuff is just kind of accenting to the record. Okay. So that was cool. It's starting to feel good to me. Let's try it. Cool. Most likely, I'll do this piano over. So I'm gonna mute it. So I'm gonna mute the lead. It's in my head now. I'm feeling good about it. So let's get another Omnisphere. So normally, what I should have did in the first place is Omnisphere has this thing where it gives you multi-timbre. I don't know how to say that the right way, but right here, multi-timbre, and you can allow Omnisphere to give you as many parts as you want to use. But I just usually go 4 parts at a time. So it gives you four channels in one instance. So that's cool. A lot of these plugins, they do that. So you can have one instance up of your plug. You know what I mean? Channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, channel 4. Then you select what you want to use accordingly. Okay. So I'm at first channel. I'm gonna see what I can do to accent some of this stuff. Let me go to like some lead. some lead stuff. See how that feels. Lead sense. I'm just. Catch a vibe. Catch a vibe. Always catch a vibe. Don't neglect that. All right, so that's a decent patch, but I think it's got too much verb. So I'm looking for ear candy stuff. I'm not looking for the main stuff. I'm looking for ear candy stuff that makes you feel like, dang, what is that going on back there? You know? So you find little intricate stuff that will help you remember what that song is. Like, I know that patch right there. That belongs in this song called HOV. That's kind of what the producer used. All right? So stuff like that. Memorable sounds. Memorable melodies that kind of help you understand. Like, okay, I remember that record by this melody. Okay? All right, so that felt decent to me, you know, vibe, because I'm going to go back and clean up all this stuff, but catch the vibe first, you know what I mean? Always catch the vibe. So with none of that in there, this is what we got. Cool. Keep your MIDI files. I would say keep your MIDI because you might want to go back in and take out some notes. So sometimes you might want to change the note. So I always keep MIDI piano. If I want to go back and quantize that piano and retrack it later, it's going to always be MIDI somewhere. Even this keys right here, I've got it MIDI somewhere. And I'll pull it up and I want to quantize stuff. All right, so now I'm looking for something like some claps or something like that because I'm huge on like claps and something to make the record move a little bit from a loop standpoint. Let's see what I got here. Got to start making the record start to move, and that's gonna happen from a drum perspective. So adding claps. Like if you hear my music, I like 4 on the floor claps because most consumers, they don't know how to clap. Like unfortunately, you get to churches and they all clap on the 1 and the 1 and the 3, you know, and the 2 and 4 is where the snare is most times, and you just kind of want to teach them how to clap sometimes. So I'll make it feel like it's okay, and I'll add claps 4 on the floor, just so they can be like, oh, I can clap to that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Here we go. Already feeling better. Here we go. Yep. So I use this thing. So you see me just now. I didn't record it. Like you didn't see red happening when I just tracked that, but all of a sudden it just showed up. So this thing called capture. So Logic is what I like. A lot of DAWs are like that. You may not know, but it's always set up to record in the background. You know what I mean? So all you do is to call that up. You hit Shift R, I believe. Let me try it again. Yep, Shift R, and that's your vibe. So if you caught a vibe and you're like, oh man, I love that. So before you stop the track, just click Shift R, and that vibe is there already. You know what I mean? Cool. Let's go to some shakers or something like that. Hey. There's a little rhythm. That's all I'm doing. Here we go. Let's try it. 2, ready, So don't worry about it. Just quantize it. All right. So don't think you're timing. That's what quantize means. You know, it gets it on the grid for you. And I'm just clicking Q right there, and then you can put it in whatever note value you want to put it in. So I'm swinging there. So 16ths would be good for this BPM here. So, all right. All right, so while I'm digging in, making this record feel good, are you hearing like the bass is kind of off a little bit? So I want to start fixing that before anything else. So for right now, I'm just going to use what Logic has built in, Flex Tool, which is awesome. Turn it on, and for right now, I'm just going to leave it on. Well, after it finishes analyzing. Logic is a great tool, guys. Like, it has pretty much everything you want built in. Right now, I'm going to just go to slicing because I'm working on just this one section. And I just want to tighten up the bass pattern a little bit more. Because it's kind of off the grid, which is natural to happen, but you kind of want it. I wanted to make it snap a little bit. So just this section right here, it turns audio into, basically it's not MIDI, but you can treat it like MIDI and quantize it. You know what I mean? So listen now. Get that clap down. Right there. That's piano. It's not piano. It is one of my synths. Let's quantize that. Boom. See how much tighter that got? Start listening for little things like that. That kind of helps, you know, the vibe. But like I get a lot of records all the time, and you get loops that are not quantized. Sometimes those work. Other times they just don't, and you have to use your ears and quantize what needs to be quantized. If it doesn't, leave it off. If you got good rhythm, good sense of timing, don't use it quantized. You know, just listen for it. Throw keys back in there now. All right, so I'm gonna do that same thing with the keys because I want it a little bit tighter. So already feeling better, y'all. And to production, man, like you guys can't neglect the editing process. Like that is huge to every production is edits. Like you have to edit these records, you know, because everybody's natural tendency is going to be off the grid. It's going to be pitchy sometimes. That's natural, but sometimes you get the best takes out of those things. So you just have to go back and edit. So if you're a producer that doesn't like to edit, revisit that and really change your way of thinking about what production looks like to you. Production looks like face in my computer a lot, you know, and that's something you should do as a producer.